The 30 Years' War, a continent consumed by fire. Imagine a Europe engulfed in flames, not from a single blaze, but from countless fires of religious hatred, political ambition, and economic greed. This was the reality of the 30 Years' War, a conflict that reshaped the continent and left an indelible scar on its history. The Holy Roman Empire, a sprawling patchwork of principalities, duchies, and free cities, lay at the heart of the conflict. Nominally ruled by an emperor from the Habsburg dynasty, its constituent states enjoyed considerable autonomy. The Peace of Augsburg in 1555 had attempted to establish religious peace with the principle of cuius regio, ius religio, whose realm, his religion. This meant the ruler of each territory could choose either Catholicism or Lutheranism as its official faith. However, this fragile peace began to crumble as the 17th century dawned. The rise of Calvinism, a more radical form of Protestantism, challenged the established order. The Catholic Church, meanwhile, launched its counter-reformation, seeking to win back lost souls and territories. Religious tensions simmered beneath the surface, threatening to boil over at any moment. The stage was set for a cataclysmic conflict that would engulf the entire continent. The spark that ignited the powder keg was struck in Prague in 1618. Protestant nobles, angered by the Habsburg Emperor's attempts to curtail their religious freedoms, took matters into their own hands. In a dramatic act of defiance, they stormed Prague Castle and threw two imperial officials and their secretary out of a window. This event, known as the Defenestration of Prague, sent shockwaves across Europe. The defenestration triggered a Bohemian revolt, with the Protestant nobles seeking to replace the Habsburg Emperor with a Protestant king. The Habsburgs, determined to crush the rebellion, sought support from their Catholic allies. What began as a local dispute in Bohemia quickly escalated into a wider European conflict. The religious and political fault lines of the continent were exposed, drawing in major powers from across Europe. Denmark, under King Christian IV, intervened in the conflict, seeking to protect Protestant interests and expand Danish influence in the region. Sweden, led by the brilliant military strategist King Gustavus Adolphus, also joined the war, driven by similar motives. France, though a Catholic kingdom, saw an opportunity to weaken its Habsburg rivals and assert its dominance in Europe. It strategically allied itself with the Protestant powers, further complicating the conflict. The Habsburgs, supported by Spain and the Catholic League, fought to maintain their dominance and suppress the Protestant rebellion. The war became a complex struggle for power, resources, and religious supremacy. The 30 Years' War was characterized by its unprecedented brutality and devastation. Sieges, battles, and pillaging became commonplace, leaving a trail of destruction across the European landscape. Mercenary armies, often poorly paid and undisciplined, ravaged the countryside. They looted, burned, and murdered with impunity, inflicting immense suffering on the civilian population. Famine and disease followed in the wake of the armies, decimating the population. The war disrupted agriculture and trade, leading to widespread food shortages and outbreaks of deadly diseases like typhus and dysentery. Entire villages were wiped out and countless lives were lost. The 30 Years' War left a lasting scar on the European psyche, a testament to the horrors of religious fanaticism and unchecked ambition. After 3 decades of bloodshed, the war finally came to an end with the Peace of Westphalia in 1648. This landmark treaty redrew the map of Europe and established a new balance of power. The Peace of Westphalia recognized the sovereignty of individual states, effectively ending the Habsburgs' dream of a unified European empire. It also granted religious freedom to Calvinists, further solidifying the religious landscape of Europe. The Holy Roman Empire was significantly weakened, its constituent states gaining greater autonomy. The treaty marked a turning point in European history, ushering in an era of nation-states and international diplomacy. The 30 Years' War stands as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of intolerance and unchecked ambition. It was a conflict fueled by religious hatred, political rivalries, and economic greed, leaving a trail of destruction and suffering across Europe. The war marked a turning point in European history, ushering in a new era of state sovereignty and international relations. Its legacy continues to shape the continent to this day, reminding us of the importance of peace, diplomacy, and understanding. The echoes of the 30 Years' War still resonate in our world today. Let us learn from the mistakes of the past and strive for a future where dialogue and cooperation prevail over conflict and division. If you found this video informative, please like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth historical analyses. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on the 30 Years' War and suggest topics for future videos. Consider supporting our channel through Patreon to help us continue creating high-quality educational content